while I do a test run, that's what initially started this video, while I do a test run to see how good this is, because I used to stream on ps4 before I actually got a PC set up. Let me make a video about the, just streaming on a ps4, because a lot of people actually do not know how this even works. So, first things first, to get out of the way, you say you want us to stream on ps4, right? Let's start with like a base ps4. You know, options there, there's all kinds of videos about that. But the main thing to take away from this is stop prosecuting. Oh, let me check the audio's working. Alright, because I'd hate to talk and it's not working. So the first thing, oh, again. There we go. Much better. Had it way low. So the first thing to know when you're streaming is that you can only look at the gameplay, you can't look at anything else. And to have a camera like this, you have to buy a PlayStation camera. It is always better to stream with a PC for a lot of reasons, but for most people that's not an option. It's too expensive, they may not have the ports, and they might not even have a capture card. Like it's super expensive. So a PS4 option, like, is it viable to stream from a PS4? Absolutely, 100%. Especially if it's your only option, right? What matters more is the quality of the presentation, your personality, and heck, the game you're playing. Like, if it's a really popular game, it can be really tough. But if it's a game that you don't see too many people play, your publicity can stand out. But at the same time, you know, each one has its risk. You want like a middle ground, not a game too dead, not a game too popular. So that's the first thing to know. Second, how good is your internet? Your internet capability is the most important thing for you to even be able to stream at all. And the minimum requirement, I'd say for sure, is like if you're going off the base bare minimum of your internet, you will struggle to stream on PS4. Like you will struggle. But there's the third thing actually we'll get into is the quality options. For those who don't know, there's like standard resolution, HD, and then HDD. HDD is like 1080p, HD is 720, and then standard is 480p. These are the resolutions available to PS4. Like, we're just still talking base PS4. Our base PS4 does not have 1080. But this is important because more than likely, you don't even have the internet capacity to do 1080. Because the way this works is for you to stream at like 480, you need at least 1,000 kilobits. And 1,000 is like 1 megabyte. And it's extremely common for people to have 1 megabyte internet. So I'm hearing most people at 1 megabyte. Oh, I can stream PS4. Here's the problem: if you stream at the bare minimum, or at the exact number that you have, and it's not your download speed, because if you notice there's download, you look at download, it's upload. Your upload is like 10 times slower than your download. So if I want to say a base, like just let's say 480 720, right? You would need a stable 2,000 or 3,000 because you want some headway. You want a wee bit just in case the internet goes down and the game sometimes will randomly want to go up. You will want like 3 megabit upload as a good standard, and maybe one less if you want to push it. But there are people who have clutched it. Like, you can test this yourself and see how it goes, but then at the same time, what sucks is you can't test this unless you go to YouTube or Twitch to see. You get what I'm saying? Like, you start straining the internet, which goes to the fourth thing, why you need even more internet. How many people are using internet at a house? If the answer is more than 4, your bandwidth is gonna get stretched. Like, the internet I'm using is, I guess, like top mid-tier internet. Like, I get 100 gigabytes to 120 download, and upload is 6. And in PC, I go half. I go 3,000 KB or 3 megabits. So in case anything happens, my stream doesn't fluctuate in quality. But this is like really high stuff. Like, if your game downgrades a wee bit and everything, which goes into the next thing we're talking about, which is why I'm playing this game right now. The game you play matters a lot. I mean, a lot. Like, if you are playing an extremely demanding game, here are things which you are doing. You are stressing the game. Or the game will always be prioritized. You are stressing the stream. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, so you are stressing the game, right? But here's the interesting thing about PS4 streaming. Here's a question someone might have, right? We're already, I think, halfway into the video. Does it affect my gameplay? Pretty much not really. Like, worst case, like this is literally worst case scenario. You are playing a really high intense game. There is AI, and then you can add split screen, and it's held up pretty well. I've even had a video that I've edited before, and it almost doesn't drop, surprisingly. So it's on a game by game basis. Like if your game has unstable frame rates, then most of it's probably just the game being unstable. But surprisingly, the PS4 prioritizes the game over stream very well, which is one reason why streams on PS4 do not look that good. And here's the other thing too, you cannot set your bitrate. Because people wonder, why does PS4 look worse than streams, look worse than real streams? It's because their bitrate, it sets it automatically, and it also has a bitrate variable. That means it fluctuates. That's why you'll see random pixels sometimes, like when things really happen, but if it stands still, it looks great. But this is for most streams, even if you set it to standard. I could be wrong though.
Team deathmatch.
And again, the whole time I should have been testing. I think I forgot to put bots. But anyways, I forgot to test, because it's a great stress test. But this is why too, as I was saying earlier, speaking of middle ground, picking one of those remasters is a great choice. They absolutely look amazing. Heck, if anything, the bitrate is overkill, even if you're doing 1080. But here's the second thing: if you are on PS4 Pro like me, you will have a better experience because your machine is just pimped up, like way more. But I think I covered everything I need to cover. So that's the thing. If you want a high quality stream, you bare minimum you need good internet. That already costs, let's see, $60, $80. PlayStation camera, that's another $60. PS4 Pro is like $400. Like it's a pain. And oh, another thing to note: you can't. I don't think you can have clips. I could be wrong. It's been forever since I've done this. There's a way to... Okay, cool, bots. Thank you. Where's bots? Is there no bots? I hate motion blur. Is there no bots? No, thank you. Why is it doing the noise from the goddamn controller? Oh. Is there any benefits outside of streaming? Let's see. You can put... funny thing is, because PlayStation, when you actually stream on PC, you cut audio if you put it in the headset. When you put your headset in the controller, it doesn't cut audio to your stream. So that is a plus.
Team deathmatch.
So,
Scar team, let's do it.
Let's see if we can get some. I might cut this out. Oh shit. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I can think of that someone might have a question for? So have good internet, I covered that. The game you're playing matters a lot. Like, the more intense the game, it's not even just because it can't handle it. It's your stream can't handle it. Like, literally the PS4 only dedicates so many resources to it. And your bitrate is just too low. Like, the more finesse the game looks, or the more pixels and polygons it has, the more it has to render on stream. But again, this is on a PS4 Pro. So, and I'm using like the highest settings I believe you can use on a PS4. Because you have like, low, and that's all that means. The settings, when they mean low, medium, and then high, is just more bitrate. Oh god. By the way, this game feels pretty, it's a bit stiff, but... Oh, and also, this is why I chose this game, because Call of Duty games are a bit taxing on PlayStations for whatever reason. And they will destroy your stuff. Also, if you don't have an SSD, you're gonna slug, even on a PS4 Pro. I think, yeah, and I think I'll end it. I can't think of anything else. If I can think of something else, I'll end it. I would say though, try to make actual content. Like sometimes choose not to stream so you can clip. Let me see if I can clip real quick. Let's make that the last thing. Can I clip? No. No. Oh, you can. You can still clip stuff. I think if you don't choose the highest setting, you can do that. Interesting. I don't. Huh. So you can. I take it all back. I take it all back. We'll end it for here, so it doesn't become too long. Thanks everyone. And if you are interested in playing Street Fighter V and want dojos or for any other fighting